Hi everybody, Scott with you again. A friend of mine was asking me, talk more about relationships. Well, that's actually a statement. He didn't ask me. Well, I guess he asked me, why don't you talk more about relationships? So the statement was, talk more about relationships. That's a statement. And anyway, so he said, your Infinite Freedom program seems to work best with that significant relationship. Well, it does. I'm going to tell you why. He said, you should do a whole channel on it. And I'm not, and I'll tell you why right after this. So welcome to Infinite Freedom, and today, relationships. Welcome back to Infinite Freedom. I like the intro there. I like the little tease in the intro, and it's kind of cool. Anyway, love playing with the editing. Anyway, we're going to talk about relationships today, and specifically that special one relationship. So if you're in a relationship, this will help you. If you're not in a relationship, this will help you. If you can't find the right person, if you're in a bad relationship, this will help you get rid of that person and move on. Or if you're in a marriage that's kind of not working, you shouldn't really kick your marriage to the curb yet, maybe. So this may help you keep it together. Anyway, so choose your choice, your feelings is what the Infinite Freedom is about, and the way it works with relationships. Why it's such a powerful concept when it comes to that loving relationship is that most people in the relationship, I would say 95%, but I haven't really done the research, so I don't know. I would just be making that statistic up, which is what most people do anyway. So most people in relationships, they let their feelings control them. They let their feelings control the relationship instead of controlling their feelings and then being in control of the relationship. And then putting out the energies in the right direction and causing everything to align in the universe and the particles to come together. We'll get into that. Why it works so well is because you make a choice. And years ago, I was given the advice that love isn't a feeling, which most people believe it is. Love is a choice and a commitment, which is what it is. It is a choice that you will love someone, and it is a choice whether you're going to have those feelings or not. And if you feed those feelings, they will grow and they will be there. It's when the feelings aren't there because of other circumstances in life, or other things come in, or our past beliefs come in, or our insecurities, or go on and on and on of why our feelings change, or we get irritable. You know that some relationships fail because people are just irritable. I mean, one person's irritable, it feeds the irritability of the other person, they start butting heads, and a couple years later, boom, they're out of it. Or one person starts drinking and having addiction because of the having control of your feelings and yourself will do so much for you. I guarantee it will do so much for you. So first thing you have to do is, perception is reality, and your reality needs to be that love is a choice and love is a commitment that you make. As long as you believe it's a feeling, you're going to allow love and your feelings to dictate you, and you're not going to be in control. So make that choice. Most people will do things because they feel like it instead of doing them and then wanting to do them because they realize that there's pleasure in it. Some couples, I don't want to hold his hand right now. Well, do it anyway. What would a couple do, a loving couple do? Hold hands. Well, you hold hands, and then you actually think, you know what? Being closer to this person is better than being further away. I'm going to tell you, if you're in a loving relationship and there's issues going on, or you feel a little bit distant, the first mistake people make is they start moving further away when there's distance. They want the other person to draw them in. If you feel distant from your significant other, your partner, your husband, your wife, move closer to them. You do it. Make the decision that you're going to move closer. Watch what happens. When you move closer to them, they'll move closer to you. And everything, the energies will be there. When you feed the energy to your relationship, it works and the energy will build. When you take your energy off your relationship, it starts to draw away from there. Good example. Guys who like to sit around at the bar and hang out with their friends and check out the chicks at the bar. Or I know a lot of guys that I talk to through my working relationships and everything. Oh, dude, you ought to come to this thing that we do. There's a lot of really, really good-looking women at this event, this networking thing. Dude, really? Hey, that's fine if you're single. but I'm not. And if you're not, dude, first of all, disrespectful to me and you, and it irritates big time. But here's what it does when you're in a loving relationship and you look at another person in a sexually gratifying or that kind of lustful, what you do, first big problem with that is you take the energy off of your relationship, because your energy is on either on or off your relationship when you're with the person or not. I do everything in my relationship with Dana back there to keep my focus on her relationship, on my relationship with her. Keep my focus on her. I do it all day long. It's very deliberate that I do that. I want my energies to be focused on a positive relationship. When you look at someone else and you even if I'm just goofing off, yeah, look at her, dude, she's so hot, look at her boobs. When you take that off of your energies off, you're shifting energies somewhere else. You got to bring them back, which takes energy, or that energy may start flowing in that direction and you may start going with it. Don't get caught in that trap. If you are committed to your relationship and you love your relationship, stay focused on it. When you do those things, you think they're innocent, but they're not. On a quantum physics level, it has been proven in quantum physics that there were certain wave patterns and particle patterns, and one person would look at it in the study, and they would see one thing. Other people would look and they'd see another. People were focused on one thing. On the study of one, they were focused on the other. I'm not going to get too in depth with it, but the way it was is one person saw one thing, the other always saw the other, and they constantly were talking. No, it's that. No, it's that. No, it's that. And they were going back and forth. They were both right. The thing is that particles change according to the way you observe them. So one person was observing one thing because they were observing it a different way. When you observe your relationship in a positive, loving, caring, exciting, enthusiastic way, your relationship becomes exciting, enthusiastic. When you look at it as, God, man, she's always crabby, blah, you give it that energy, that's what you observe. That's what you observe. Great story. I don't know if it's true or not. It's one of those anecdotal stories. I love it. There's a woman married to a very rich man. She couldn't stand him anymore. She went to her attorney and she said, I hate him. I hate him. I want to not only divorce him, I want to hurt him. She said, oh, you want to hurt him? Or the attorney said, you want to hurt him? Well, here's what you do. Go back in your marriage. Treat him like he's a king. And in 6 months, then you'll divorce him, and he won't see it coming, and it'll kill him. So, the woman goes back, treats her husband like a king. 6 months later, the lawyer contacts her, says, you ready to move forward? She said, why would I divorce him? He's the best husband anyone could ever want. She treated him like a king. He became one. Treat your man like a king. Treat your woman like a queen, like a princess, like a goddess. You treat her like a goddess, and you will be married to a goddess. And that is the truth. It's not only just one of these, well, if you believe it and you make it happen, then your beliefs make it happen. It is a quantum, physical, proven that when you observe someone a certain way, they become it. And they will, and they do. So I could talk for hours about relationships, about how this works with relationships, but the main thing you need to understand is that your feelings are a choice. If you don't want to hold someone's hand, your loving person in your life that you care about, then want to. Reach out, hold their hand, spend more time in intimate settings, do more, give more. There's so many people out here, they say, I'm not giving anything until I get something back. It's so sad when I hear something like that, because guess what? When you pull away, they're going to pull away. You're not going to get something from someone by pulling away. So, we'll talk about more. I'll do more with relationships. I said, well, I'm not going to start a channel. You know what? Now after talking about it, maybe I will. Because the main thing is, I really believe this. You can have success with money, riches, all that. But the most important thing, and the thing you're going to, when you're on your deathbed and you look back at your life to see if you're successful, you're going to look and be successful if you are with your best friend and you are in that loving relationship and you're holding the hand of the person that you shared your life with and it meant so much to you. I know so many people who die alone. They fought for money, things, excitement through boats, travels, trips, wanting to go out, party, sleep around. And you know what? The ones who always look back and say, I was successful, the ones that are holding that person's hand and saying, because you were there with me. That's what my success will be, is when I hang in there, no matter what, to that one person, to her. And I'm there at the end, looking in her eyes. Either I'm leaving or she's leaving, but we're there together on that day when one of us chooses to leave this life and move on to the next. Hey everybody, I know I like to keep it fun, but it got a little serious there for a second, and it should. This is a serious topic. I'll talk more about it, but you know what? Realize love is a choice. Move close to the person you love. And if you're not with someone, next time I'm going to talk about how to change what you're putting out there so you can attract the right person. Anyway, I'm Scott. It's Infinite Freedom. Your choice, your feelings. Make the choice today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you next time.